in case of closed and open pipes. This is one closed pipe. Okay, of certain length L1, and this is open pipe of some other length. Lengths are not equal, and here suppose the closed pipe when vibrating in the second overtone, okay, it is in resonance with the open pipe when the air in the open pipe is vibrating in the fourth harmonic. Okay. So here the closed pipe is vibrating in the second, vibrating at the second overtone, and the open pipe is vibrating in fourth harmonic. Okay. And they are said to be in resonance. Then what will be the ratio of their lengths? L1 is to L2 equals to how much? If they ask, here, how to start this question, Anand? Okay, they are said to be in resonance. In resonance means what?
Their frequencies are equal, sir.
Okay. So frequency of closed pipe is equals to the frequency of open pipe. Very good. Closed pipe is in second overtone. Second overtone means what will be the frequency?
5/4L.
5V by 4. Ah, exactly. Very good. 5V by 4. Correct. 4L1. And here fourth harmonic.
4V by 2L.
Ah, right. 4V by 2L. 2V. Okay, very good. So I think now we can solve it. Okay, what is L1 by L2? Very simple. Here two twos. So L1 by L2 is equals to, you are going to get, I think, 5 by 8. 4 twos are 8. Okay, very good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now here, suppose he is saying that this is another example. It is one closed pipe. Okay, of certain length not mentioned, but it is vibrating in the first overtone. First overtone means, you know, 1.5 loop will be formed. Means the formation will be like. Okay. And here the length is given as, this is x is equals to 0 and this is x is equals to 15 centimeters. Okay. Density of this air inside the closed pipe is given as 1.2 kg per meter. Okay. And the velocity of the longitudinal wave produced there is equals to some, he gave 20 meter per second. Okay. And the pressure variation here given as, pressure variation equation is delta P is equals to some 10 Newton per meter square. Okay. Into cos here some kx. Kx means some 2 pi t, 2 pi x minus omega t, some pi t. Okay, so better we take to perfectly match there. Better I take v is not given now. So I will take my own values 2 pi x minus pi t. Okay. This is the equation here, right? Then he is asking find the intensity of the wave, okay, in this pressure wave at intensity is equals to how much? At x is equals to 5 centimeters, okay, in the given part, right? Here intensity, actually we don't know any equation, right? Long back we discussed your formula, that is intensity is equals to 2 pi square a square mu square rho v. Okay, correct. Okay, this one, the formula long back I derived in the regular class also. But here problem is 2 pi square a square mu. Frequency means, of course, it is in the form of kx minus omega t. From omega, I can find the frequency. No problem at all. Density already given. No problem. Velocity of the wave, okay, I can find. I think even you also remember long back we have one formula omega by k. Okay, v is equals to. From that, of course, we can calculate. Okay, it is very clear here. It is in SI units. Omega by 10 means omega is pi by k is 2 pi. It is in the form of kx minus omega. K is 2 pi, omega is pi. So you are getting 1 by 2 meter per second. All are in SI units. Okay. So only thing is, amplitude we don't know now. Okay. That amplitude we have to change. Okay. Here amplitudes are how to find. If you ask, in numerical, using of course some common sense, we can solve it. Okay. If I require only A there, look at it is in the form of pressure equation on a T gave here. Pressure equation means the pressure is equals to, I think you remember, P naught cos kx minus omega t, either plus or minus. Okay. Where P naught is exactly 10 given in the given equation, 10 Newton per meter square. Where P naught formula, I think you remember. What is the formula for P naught, Nana? Okay. A, B, K. Okay, yesterday also I think I reminded one time. Huh? So maximum pressure is equals to formula A, B, K. Right? So from there, you can find out A. Why? Because already K is here 2 pi. So I know K. We can, if you know the B value, you can find out A. Okay. Sir, again, how to find B, sir? Okay. In gases, velocity of the wave or sound is root of V by rho. We know the formula. Okay. From there, of course, again we can find out V square is equals to V by rho. So V is equals to V square into. We can find out. But it is appear to be a little bit lengthy, so finding out the different values and substituting them in the formula. Instead of that, will you give straight away how to find the intensity, okay, at that point, sir? For that, he is saying, here if I replace 2 pi square mu square rho v into a square, okay, directly if I substitute that P naught is equals to A BK from this formula. A is equals to, if I write P naught by BK, I will get finally the intensity in some formula.
A equal to
Okay.
5 by 3K. A is equal to 5 by 3 pi వస్తుంది సార్.
What I'm saying, from there you are trying to calculate, that is correct only. But what I feel, this is appear to be lengthy procedure. That's why I'm trying to extract some other form. Okay. So here what I'm trying, from the original formula 2 pi square A square mu square rho B, what I'm going to A square. 2 pi square A square mu square rho, correct. A I'm going to eliminate finally from the equation.
Instead of A, P naught by BK.
Yeah. So I will get 2 pi square mu square, okay, rho B into I will get P naught square by B square K square in place of that. Okay. And here we can do one more thing. If I multiply this equation particularly, multiply with 2 and divide with 2, I will get a half 4 pi square mu square rho B into P naught square by B square K square. What is the advantage? It is actually this, this part is 2 pi mu whole square. 2 pi mu is nothing but omega. Okay. So here I replace 4 pi square mu square with omega square. Omega square is 2 pi mu whole square. Omega square rho B into P naught square by B square. From that I can write now. B square is equals to B by rho. So B square, squaring again this equation, I will get B power 4 into rho square. Okay, that I am going to substitute here. B power 4 into rho square into K square. Okay. Then here if you cancel, one B get cancelled, it become B cube. And one rho get cancelled, it will become rho. Okay, by cancelling few terms here. And here it is appear like half P naught square by B cube, okay, into rho into, look at now, omega square by K square. Omega by K is B. So omega square by K square will be B square. If I write here, omega square by K square is B square. So finally, I am getting one simple formula here. Intensity is equals to half P naught square. Okay. B square means 2 B's get cancelled. Only one B will be there at the denominator. P naught square by B rho. This is the intensity, what you get. Okay. So here, sir, intensity you can write in this form, sir. Okay. But here, look at it, x is equals to 5. Actually, the the pressure is maximum or not? If you check exactly at x is equals to 5. If you see here, okay, the pressure is not maximum. Take care. Okay. So here in this question, if I write the pressure form of wave, pressure form here you will get the same or reciprocal, I mean inverse form. Will you get the same form or inverse form pressure?
ఒకసారి క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పండి సార్, నేను ప్రాబ్లం చేస్తా ఉన్నా సార్.
Okay, right, no problem. Right. Means what I'm saying is, yesterday we discussed now. Okay. What display, if you get the displacement wave like this, pressure wave you won't get like that. Pressure quite at antinode, node will be formed. At node, antinode will be formed. Yesterday we discussed. Okay, in pressure wave. That's why I think you will get the inverse form, that is here like this. This is the pressure wave
Yes, sir.
in the given question. Okay. If you see here, Nana, that x is equals to 0 and x is equals to total, this is given as 15 now. Okay. 15 means here
0.
this will be exactly x is equals to 5. Why? Because it is appeared to be 4 parts, equal parts. Okay. Antinode to node, node to antinode, antinode to node. 4 equal parts. So x is equals to 5, x is equals to 10, and here x is equals to 50. So if you see here, pressure is pressure node is formed now. Node formed means there is no pressure. No pressure means there will be no intensity. That's why at x is equals to 0, if they ask intensity, straight away I say intensity of the wave is equals to 0. Okay. But if I ask one more question, find out the intensity at x is equals to 10 centimeters, I think now you can calculate. Okay. At x is equal to 10 centimeters means now I am getting antinode here, pressure antinode. Means pressure becomes maximum. Pressure becomes maximum, then the intensity at that point is equals to, we got this equation. Okay. And this one is P naught squared by 2V rho. Okay. In this equation, suppose, I think now you can substitute all the values. Why? Because they are there on the board. P naught square means 10 square, 100 by B. Already I found it is half.
250 by 3, sir.
Maybe. Yeah, 200 by 1.2 I'm getting. Maybe you are right. 250 by 3. Yeah. So this is 200 to 0.6. So 50 by 0.3. No, I think 500 by 3. Oh, sorry. See, what is this nonsense? 1 by 2. This is. Okay, I forgot here writing. This is completely wrong calculation. 250 is a. Okay. One more mistake. P naught square is 100 by 2. V is 1 by 2.
0.5
And rho
into
is 1. Right. Now here 425 is a 40.2 and 250 by 3. Yeah, you are right. Okay, that is 250 by 3. Good. This is if we start the beats concept after completing this one. Beats concept, we have to understand properly, Nana, what is the thing we are having. First of all, what he says, suppose two waves, either longitudinal waves or transverse waves or sound waves. Okay, when two mechanical waves of different frequencies like mu1 and mu2. Okay, are here traveling in the same direction towards positive x-axis. Suppose if they are close to each other, another one if I take somewhere, they are close to each other. While traveling in the same direction here, okay, at some point they are trying to combine with each other, superpose. That is superimpose, what we say. Okay. So if the two waves superimpose here, okay, then the resultant intensity or the resultant pressure or the resultant displacement, anyone. Okay. How it changes at that point by considering that point as x is equals to 0. Okay, at that point, what happens? We are going to see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, if I ask how the displacement of the resultant wave after superposing changes, okay, then I will write first E1. Quickly, I am writing here the displacement of first wave. Generally, we write A sine. Why? Because they are traveling towards positive x axis. A sine kx minus omega t. Okay, that is here at x is equals to 0. I am taking this is A sine minus omega t. Of course, minus sine omega t. You will get. Okay. That is our first wave. Frequency is mu1. That's why here I write it as omega 1. Okay, frequency is changed means omega will be changed. In the same way, similarly, I can write the second wave as minus a sine omega 2 at x is equals to 0. Okay, and I am considering the amplitudes of two waves are equal. So my condition is A1 is equals to A, amplitudes of two waves, right? Then after superposing means combining, the resultant wave is equals y1 plus y2 I have to write down. Okay, means here if you see minus a common, then resultant wave is equals to minus a into, it is appeared like sine omega 1t plus sine omega 2t. Okay, that is exactly in the form of sine a plus sine b. Okay, sine a plus sine b means you know the formula. This is equals to minus a into 2 sine a plus b by 2 omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t a plus b by 2 into cos a minus b by 2. A minus b by 2 means omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t. This is the equation what you got.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this equation, if you see, the resultant wave is appeared like minus 2a, okay, into cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t whole into sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Okay. So if you see here in this equation, since I took both are sine functions, I write the resultant as the total thing. I take it as amplitude, resultant amplitude or sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. This is the equation what I got now after adding those two. Okay. So after superposing, what I got? Resultant amplitude R is equals to, okay, that plus or minus anything, an amplitude may be positive or negative. So plus or minus, you will get 2a cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t. This is the resultant amplitude. Okay. So major difference between the formation of stationary wave and here the formation of beats. Okay, fundamental difference. In case of stationary waves, Nana, the two waves are traveling in opposite direction while combining with each other. Okay, whether the second wave is reflected from a rigid boundary or free boundary. Whereas in beats, both are traveling in the same direction. Okay. Number two, second difference, both while combining here, look at, I did not write any phi t. Phi means phase difference. Okay, means I am assuming that there is no phase difference between the two when they are combined. Phase means initial phase. Okay, whereas in this case, while in case of superposition, the formation of stationary waves, the phase difference will be there, incident and reflected. Okay, that phase difference is equals to rigid boundary phi, free boundary 0. That way. So basically we are finding out two differences now. Here both are traveling in the same direction, whereas there both are traveling in opposite direction. Number two, there is no initial phase. Okay, while joining, particularly the epoch value is 0. There we are finding some phase difference between the two. Okay, this is one more, the difference. And there, in case of superposition of two waves to form the stationary waves, the resultant amplitude, I don't know whether you remembered or not, it is we got 2a sine kx there. Okay, 2a sine kx means the resultant amplitude there changes with the x, not changing with the time. Okay, means even after 1 second, 2 seconds you observe here, this is one loop formed. Okay, after any time if you see there, that loop only formed. Okay, so with the time the amplitude at different positions, okay, is not changing. With the x, resultant amplitude is changing. Okay, so in case of stationary waves, resultant amplitude is depending upon the distance x. Whereas in beats, if you see here, resultant amplitude is not depending upon the x. Why? Because we are seeing at x what happens. Okay, it is changing with the time. Changing with the time means third difference I am saying here between the two. There the resultant amplitude changes with x. Here the resultant amplitude changes with the time, not with the x. At the same position with the time, the resultant amplitude will be changed. Okay, what I am saying here, if you suppose these are two speakers and here you put one chair and you sit there at that position, you are not moving your chair. Okay, you will hear the combined sound here at that point coming from the two speakers. Okay, the intensity at the same position will be changing from time to time. Okay, Nana? That is the third difference, right? And here, after superposing, and one more difference. In stationary waves, the resultant, while finding out the resultant amplitude, the incident wave and the reflected wave both have same frequency number. But look at here, these two are not having the same frequency. They have different frequencies. Okay, so identified, actually I told 4 differences now. Okay, between stationary waves and beats. 4 differences I told. Number 1, what I told Nana, both traveling here,
Same.
stationary waves traveling.
Strings.
Okay, okay. Right. In stationary, from the resultant wave equation, third point, it is appeared like R sine omega t. Okay, means the omega of resultant wave, right, is equals to, I got omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2. So third point, angular velocity or angular frequency. Angular velocity or angular frequency means omega of the resultant wave. Okay. This one already given in exam now. What will be the angular frequency of resultant wave? That I got here, omega is omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Sorry, omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2. Okay. From this I can say not angular frequency. If they ask frequency, frequency means nu. Frequency of resultant wave. If they ask, means nu equals to, from this I think even you also can say omega is equal to 2 pi nu, right? So frequency I can write it as nu1 plus nu2 by 2. Okay, just simple Anna. This is omega. Omega is equals to omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 means omega I write here as 2 pi nu. In the same way, omega 1 is 2 pi nu 1, omega 2 is 2 pi nu 2 by 2. That's it. Both sides you can cancel by taking common 2 pi. 2 pi, 2 pi cancel. Nu is equals to nu 1 plus nu 2 by 2.
Yes, sir.
Very simple. That is. And here, okay, this is not required. This one already used. Okay, no problem. And here we are coming fifth. Okay, from here very important points. Okay, you are going to get those important points are, you told resultant amplitude is equals to 2a. Okay, better I think somewhere here. 2a cos
Omega 1 minus omega
omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into. Okay, if you see here the resultant amplitude, that also changes with some omega. It is appeared at 2a cos omega t. Okay, so if I ask angular frequency of the amplitude, resultant amplitude is equals to how much if they ask, okay, that one I write omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2. Okay, generally student will get some confusion between these two numbers. Okay, instead of one they try to put some other and will get wrong answer. Both are angular frequencies, but try to distinguish two. This is angular frequency of wave, resultant wave. This is angular frequency of only amplitude. Amplitude changes with what angular frequency?
Omega.
Okay. So amplitude frequency, angular frequency is omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2. Wave frequency is omega 1 plus omega 2. Instead of angular frequency, in the same way, if I ask the frequency of amplitude, now I think you can say frequency of amplitude is, from this equation, what can you say, Nana?
1 minus omega.
That is angular frequency. I am asking frequency.
Nu 1 minus.
Right. Nu 1 minus nu 2 by 2. Okay. And that too, it is in cos function, Nana. Cos function means either you can write nu 1 minus nu 2 or nu 2 minus nu 1. Better we write mod. Okay. So means bigger value minus smaller value divided by 2. Right? Okay. And that frequency changes with what intervals of time. Okay. If you find Those intervals only we are calling them as beat intervals. Okay. So here resultant amplitude, you got this much now. In this, cos maximum value is +1, generally we say. But since amplitude is plus or minus, this maximum value I can write either plus or minus 1. Okay. So R max, if you ask, maximum value is equal to, I have to say plus or minus 2a. Okay. Means that implies I am going to substitute cos of omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t is equals to plus or minus 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is for what? Condition for maximum. So if they ask, 7th point here, condition for maximum, condition to get maximum amplitude. Okay. That maximum amplitude I write here, condition for maximum amplitude I got here, that is cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t should be equals to plus or minus. Okay now? If it is plus or minus 1, of course, already I wrote here, better I add this one also there. R max is equals to, that implies R max is equals to plus or minus 2. Okay? Right? And from that, I think you can say what this cos whole theta is equals to plus or minus 1 means what will be the values of theta. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cos theta is plus or minus 1 means the theta value. Theta here is omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t will be either 0 or pi. Then you are getting how much, Nana? N pi or 2n pi?
N pi, sir.
Right. So this is equals to n pi, where n starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay, na? Means that that implies what can you write here? Omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t. Suppose if you equate it to n pi, then t you will get time intervals. What t is equals to, by taking cross multiplication, 2n pi by omega 1 minus omega 2. Okay, but when we come to the exam, we need in terms of frequency. Frequency is omega, replace with 2n pi. Omega 1 I write with 2 pi nu 1 minus 2 pi nu. Okay, so if you see there, you are getting one equation for the times at which
N by nu 1 minus nu 2.
yeah, very good, nu 1 minus nu. This is the times, those are the times at which the frequency is maximum. Okay, so in that case now, directly put the values of n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. You will get first t, t is equals t equals to 0.
1 by nu 1 minus nu 2.
Right. T at 0, t at 1, next one is 1 by n1, nu 1 minus nu 2. 2 by
nu 2.
Yeah, likewise you will get so on. No need to write R. Okay. Look at between any two times where the amplitude is maximum, delta t is equals to 1 by nu 1 minus nu 2. Okay. Between any two any two maxima, at this time also amplitude is maximum. So between any two successive maxima, the time interval is 1 by mu 1 minus. Okay, this you must remember for numericals. So next point, 8th point, the time interval between any two successive maxima.
Constant that is equal to 1 by nu 1 minus nu 2.
Yeah, is equals to delta t that equals to 1 by mu1 minus mu. Means you can put mod now. The time is always positive. That should not be negative. Okay, no? So this is 1 point for 2 successive maxima. Right? Important contents. And then here one more thing. Okay, finally I will try to draw one graph now. Keep in mind that t is equals to 0. It is the condition for maximum.
Yes, sir.
So try to remember, if I want to draw a graph here, at t is equals to 0, means at origin, the maximum, the amplitude should be maximum.
Maximum.
Keep in mind, finally I will draw the graph. Okay. So here, at t is equals to 0, amplitude is maximum. Okay. After keeping that point in buffer, okay, coming back to here, when this amplitude becomes minimum, okay, minimum means r is equals to, our equation is 2a cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t.
0, sir.
0 means this whole thing should be 0. R minimum is equals to 0. Cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t should be equals to 0. 0 at what?
3 pi by 2.
3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, like you will get. Right. That I am going to write. Okay. What? 9th point. The amplitude, resultant amplitude, okay, becomes minimum when omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t equals to 2n minus 1 into pi by 2, where n 1, 2, 3, so on. Not 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay. Then if I substitute again in place of omega 1 and omega 2, that is 2 pi mu. Again if I substitute 2 pi mu 1 minus 2 pi mu 2, means if I take 2 pi common, 2 pi into mu 1 minus mu 2 by 2 into t is equals to 2n minus 1 into pi by. Okay, Nanu? So pi by 2 cancel. Right? Therefore, t is equals to, I am getting 2n minus 1 divided by 2 into mu 1 minus mu 2. These are the times at which the resultant amplitude is minimum. So these are the times at which amplitude is maximum. These are the times at which the amplitude is minimum. Okay. Two conditions we got. Then in the same way, at what times, okay, the amplitude becomes minimum? If you see, n is equals to 0 is not there, Nana. Okay.
Maximum లో కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా సార్.
Huh?
ఈ maximum terms లో కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా సార్.
First time means here put n is equals to 1. 1 means you will get 1 by 2 into mu 1 minus mu. Second time it will become minimum at by putting n is equals to 2, Nana. Then you will get 3 by 2 into mu 1 minus 2. It's just one more we write 5 by, you are getting almost odd numbers. 5 by 2 into mu 1 minus mu 2, so on you will get.
1 by nu sir.
Even here also you are going to get between any two successive, these are all minimum times now. Time, not minimum times, times at which r is minimum. Okay, between any two successive minima, the delta t again you are getting 1 by mu 1 minus mu 2. Again put mod here. Okay, between any two, even between these two also you get same. 1 by mod of mu1 minus mu. Okay. So from the whole explanation, what is there on the board, we understood one thing. What? Either maximum or minimum, the time intervals are equal.
Yes, sir.
Here between any two, maxima or minima. Okay. The time interval will be same 1 by mu1 minus mu2. That's why they are regular intervals of time. Why? Because all time intervals are equal. So finally we say the resultant amplitude changes at a point, okay, at regular intervals of time. Since all they are equal intervals, regular intervals of time. Okay. At what time interval? Either maxima or minima, both are equal 1 by mu1 minus mu2. Okay. This is the time interval between any two successive maxima or two successive minima. Okay. Maximum to maximum, generally we take that is time period, like crest to crest, trough to trough. Okay, means it is appear like the time period of the resultant wave. Okay, so here the time period of, not resultant wave, time period of resultant amplitude is, I am going to write here, is equals to 1 by mu1 minus mu2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Reciprocal of time period is what, Nana? Frequency.
Yes, sir.
Frequency. Right. So here that implies the frequency reciprocal of this time period means 1 by delta t is nothing but, if reciprocal this one, which is mu1 minus mu2, this difference in the two given frequencies is taken as delta nu, called as beat frequency, and this phenomenon is called as beats. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So finally, after discussing the concept, what I am saying, beats concept means when two sound waves or two waves traveling in the same direction, okay, and superpose at a point without initial epoch, right, then the resultant amplitude becomes maximum and minimum at a point at regular intervals of time. This phenomenon is called as beats.
Frequency.
Means the definition of beats may be appear like one paragraph. Okay, maybe, but it is very simple now. Okay, once again I will try to understand. Two waves, sound waves, or two mechanical waves traveling in the same direction. Okay, and traveling in of different frequencies, traveling in the same direction and superpose at a point without initial epoch. Okay, then at that point the resultant amplitude becomes maximum and minimum at regular intervals of time. This phenomenon is called as beats, and that frequency of beats is nu1 minus nu. This is the concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this concept here, those maxima and minima, till now what I repeated many number of times, when you come to objective, they call them as with different names, waxing and waning. Okay, waxing means, keep in mind, the resultant amplitude is maximum. Waning means the resultant amplitude is minimum. That's why even in definition also you can say the resultant amplitude waxes and wanes at regular intervals of time. Instead of saying becoming maximum and minimum, you can say waxes and wanes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, finally, I'm coming to what, how you draw the graph for it. Okay. That one, what he says, this is y what I'm taking. Okay. The resultant amplitude, initial already I told, at t is equals to 0, that becomes maximum. Okay. Maximum means plus or minus 2. Okay. And from there, it becomes maximum and minimum like this at regular intervals of time. Means resultant amplitude decreases and again increases. Like this. Okay. Decreases and increases, not with x nana. Until now, we draw the graph between y and x until our stationary waves and organ pipes. But first time we are drawing the graph between y and t. Why? Because the resultant and amplitude changes with the time, not with the x. Okay. So here, if you draw the locus of all points, okay, maximum or minimum points, you will get a graph like this. Okay. So this is the resultant wave, and the locus of all maximum and minimum points you joined is the beat wave. Okay. So without the inner part, if you want to draw this one, you will get like this, Nana, simply. It will be up here.
Yes,
It
sir.
will be up here without the inner part. It will be up here. Okay. Suppose here with the time, just in one graph, last but not least, okay, I'm going to wind up today. In this graph, he mentions the times here 0. Suppose this is 0.5 seconds. This is 1 second. And here, like, if you continue 2 seconds, like, you will get nothing. Okay. Without any value giving nu1 and nu2, just if he asks from the graph, what will be the beat frequency? Okay. Wisely think now. Here, look at the amplitude is maximum. Okay. Here, the amplitude is maximum. Right? The time difference between any two successive maxima or minima is 1 by nu1 minus nu2. Okay.
Sir.
So if you see here, maximum to maximum is times, I don't know. But minimum to minimum, here he said this is 0.5 and that is 1. Okay. Minimum to minimum, exactly I am finding out here, this is 1 minus 0.5, 0.5. So delta t is equals to, from the given graph, I am writing here, delta t between any two successive minima is equals to, I found 1 minus 0.5, that is equals to 0.5. Okay. So you may argue, sir, between any two successive maxima or minima, it will be same. Okay. Then why you are taking minima only, sir? Then try to split the time intervals. This is 0.5 means it should be 0.75. Okay. If it is 0.75, then it should be here. Again, maximum will be appeared at, this is what, 1, 2, means 1.5.
Right.
This will be 2. Okay. So maximum to maximum, if you see, here you will get 1 on.
1.25, sir. 1.25, 1.5, sir.
Yeah, you are right. 0.5, 1.2, sorry. 1.5 and this will be 1.25.
25.
Right. Then the difference again will be here also 0.5.
Yes, sir.
Maximum to maximum 0.5, minimum to minimum also 0.5. So the time intervals are equal. Okay. And then here you can say the time interval between successive maximum and minima, that is 0.5, means 1 by 2 is equals to 0.5 means 1 by 2. 1 by mu1 minus mu2. Therefore, mu1 minus mu2 is equals to 2. Okay. That implies beat frequency is equals to 2 Hertz I got. So keep in mind, sometimes from the graph also, without giving the values of mu1 and mu2, they will ask, find out the beat frequency.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Nana? Keep in mind. Right. This is beat frequency, Nana. And here, suppose in this beat frequency wave, okay, how many maximas and minimas you observe in 1 second, if they ask? Means
Two
how many?
one minimum loss. 2 minimum, sir.
Very good. So beat frequency means simply.
Including one would include this call, sir.
No. This one we should not include now. Initial one.
Okay, sir.
Okay. From here, next afterwards, how many formed we have to count. Okay. So here from the frequency we can say I got delta nu is equals to 2. Not from the graph. Delta nu is equals to 2. Therefore, number of maximas equals to 2 and number of minimas equals to 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Maximas 2, minimas 2. Total number of maxima plus minima 4. Okay. 2 maxima, 2 minima, all together 4. Understood, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the beats concept from here, Nana. Okay. Its application is very bigger one, Nana, very wide. Okay, many applications will be there. So we should be very keen and focus here on this beats concept while solving the numericals.